B-Bad and Brandon.
I knew we'd catch up sometime. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
recording. There we go.
Got it. Recording.
Yeah.
Did you record the last one?
Hold on, mate. I missed my haircut this week. Bloody lockdown. I wanted to be all sharp for the platform, but...
Oh, man, I thought you looked pretty sharp. So,
Thanks,
mate, you are, David, DK, you are always a 10, bro.
Even in lockdown.
Yeah,
especially in lockdown.
I was so nervous, I even popped a breast mint, mate. And I'm like, oh,
that's the best. I love it.
Hey, I had a good idea. It's probably like a bit of a tech issue, but you could have some like intro music, like how fighters walk out. You could have some like intro music or something like that, mate. Yeah.
Oh, no, that means you haven't seen one of our podcasts before, have you? Shit.
I haven't seen one, but I've been listening.
He just admitted that he had just started listening.
You guys will have seen your followers go up one.
Mate, at the start of ours, we have beatboxing intro on our intro.
No way.
Yeah, check out. Obviously, you must have fast forwarded to YouTube, so you missed the start of it. Just go back at the start of the episode, you'll see it.
Right. And there's the catch because I jumped on Spotify.
I
was like, these guys are on Spotify, man. It's big time. That's why I was so nervous.
Look, I will be honest with you. Anyone can get on Spotify. So
don't tell him that, bro. We're big time.
We are big time, but not to the big breakers getting onto all the little ones. So as soon as you're on like iHeartRadio, all those littler podcasts, you've made it because that's niche.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's
are we
the
on
goal.
Yeah.
And I was checking the bio. I don't know if you guys made a mistake, but it had something like you interview the best lifters. I don't know. I was watching the Olympics and the 49 kilogram women were outlifting me, so I'm not sure. Do you want to continue with this? Or
Bro, don't stress at all. They're outlifting us too.
Yeah. But fuck yeah, mate. Mr. David, what we are very unofficial in how we do things, brother, and the only part of the official things is a question, and it's a big question, and I hope you have prepared and you are ready for this. Brandon is going to count the next 21 sounds and words that come out of your mouth, and that is your opportunity to describe who you are and what you do.
Ooh, okay.
Are you ready for the official count?
21 words?
That's it.
Yep.
That's the podcast done.
Done, baby.
Okay.
Woo!
Sweet. Alrighty. You tell me when, dude.
Go.
Okay. David Keogh. Live in Brisbane. Married. 2 beautiful daughters. Coach busy young men. Dad to be healthier.
You got 3 words left if you want it.
No, I got nothing, dude.
That was 3. Well done.
Damn.
Well done.
Do I win a prize?
That's a pretty spicy 21.
Yes, the prize is the next
we get to
45
continue.
minutes to an hour of our company, which, look, you could say is either a prize or a...
I like it.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, as long as you like it, that's all that matters.
Privilege or a burden.
Yes, thank you.
I haven't caught up with Johnny forever, so yeah, I've been psyched. I was feeling we couldn't catch up in person. Do you usually do it like where you are, Johnny? Or
yeah, bro, man. This is the pod cave under my apartment.
Nice,
so
nice.
Not normally Brando is sitting over here. You'd be sitting over there.
No,
I'd be sitting there.
Yeah.
And then Brando would be sitting here, and then we could have gone for coffee after this. But fucking drop my phone, but stupid, silly COVID's got us locked up and we can't even see each other.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Next thing.
I just heard there was another 10 cases today, and I'm like come on, guys. Just let us.
Yeah.
We're peacocks, let us fly.
10 seems like it's going in a better direction.
It does. So if we aren't let out on Sunday, I will cause a ruckus.
I love the concept of being let out. We're allowed out.
I know.
Yeah.
Crazy, huh?
I just want to run up the street naked and be like, fucking freedom!
That's what I do on a daily basis. Isn't that what you guys do?
That's the norm.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Mate, David, how long, I know a lot of these answers, but mate, how long have you been coaching for?
Mate, since November 2005.
Damn.
So, yeah, a little
You
while
are
now.
an OG of the fitness industry.
Oh, gee, mate. Yeah, plugging along.
Holy shit, that's so long ago. Wait, just Johnny, because obviously for the context of our listeners, you and Dave obviously go back well and truly.
Yeah.
Did you start coaching at the same time as David?
Nah, when did we cross paths? When did we start at
So
fucking
I
executive?
think I started
2008?
out at, yeah, I can't remember the year, but I started out at Zest at Jindalee.
Yeah.
Big gym, huge gym. And I was there for like a couple of years, and then it was Kestra. So Kestra, who kicked off the studio with, you know, what was it? Executive or whatever.
Executive master trainers. Executive lifestyle professionals. ELP, baby.
That's it. So her and her partner actually were members out of that gym, and I was training them a little bit with kickboxing and stuff. And then she opened the studio. I was looking for a bit of a change, so ventured into Spring Hill, and that's when you guys were just kind of kicking off. And as far as I know, getting started, mate, you and Kingy, and just maybe left Pizza Hut, mate, or still doing a little bit.
Yeah,
of Pizza Hut?
I was still in the hut, bro. I was in the transition phase of getting out of there.
Yeah.
And I remember there was you and Kingy were obviously new Kestra before it was kicking off, and we were all sort of catching up before it became a thing, and then it became a thing.
Yeah, so that probably was around 2008 or so, hey?
Yep. Fuck, pretty cool, bro. Mate, do you look back on that early coaching days, mate, and the commercial gyms, mate, and the big difference to where you're at today?
100%, man. It's so different. I don't think I could ever be back in one, but to be honest, it was probably a really cool place to start. There was some really cool guys, man. It just reminded me of some of my best mates back home. They were just characters and really, I guess, chirpy, funny, quick-witted. Lots of good banter. The way it started off, we'd get some gym floor hours, and it was very, what would you say, sales-based. So it was all like we'd do sales training. So we'd, as a rookie, they had different levels for trainers before you went full rental on your own. So you got a few gym floor hours to help you out, and then you'd also get, say, people join the gym and they get a complimentary session or whatnot, and we'd get fed those guys and whole scripted stuff, mate. We'd do sales training. We'd sit down with the PT manager and do scripted training on literally how to contact the people, to book them in, to lead them to buying what were personal training sessions, and we'd get a 30% sort of cut of that as well. So they're called results packs. I think 6 sessions, and so mate, like I came from doing, as you know, Johnny, like small, pretty much country kid made up in Mackay, fitter and turner by trade, coming down, and next minute you're trying to sell stuff like PT. So it felt like an absolute fish out of water. But at the end of the day, it's probably a good way to kick things off. So you'd kind of look after them. They'd become clients, even though they're buying a bit of PT through the gym. And then it was probably after about, say 5 months, then you could level up to their next level, and you do like a couple of day course, and basically you had like your 4 weeks rent free, like you're doing a lot of your big box gyms. And then it was pay your bills.
Damn.
Get it done. But there would have been about 16 or so trainers. It was a huge gym.
Holy fuck.
Big, like group fitness room, probably the size of, you know, Cartel, the gym I'm in now, and that. So it was cool, man. I met some really cool people, and people there that I'm still friends with. I actually met my wife there, so it was an awesome place to start, man. But yeah, I don't think I could be back in a
you don't ever see you going back in a big corporate, mate?
No, I don't think so. Never. Don't like to ever say never, but I don't think so.
How have you seen the industry change in because fuck, man, 2005 not gonna lie to you both. I was in grade 7, so I was just coming through the ranks. But
yeah.
from then to now, it's 16 years of difference. And like I've been in the industry now 11 years, and I've seen a giant change. What have you seen from your end? What's the biggest change?
To be honest, I guess I'm so far removed from the type of gym I started in that I don't know. I couldn't tell you what's changed there. It could be fairly similar. If you started in like a Fitness First or one of these big boxes, it could be fairly similar. Personally, for myself, I work at a CrossFit gym.
Yep.
I'm not a CrossFit coach or CrossFit certified. We've got room there for us trainers to just do our own thing and just train clients however we like, which is pretty cool. So yeah, just in a very different, obviously like you guys, like the functional training stuff has really boomed. And the place I'm in is just so different, probably similar to you guys, but there's no treadmills, there's no, that kind of stuff, no TV monitors and hardly any mirrors. There's barbells, a few assault bikes, rowers, so in that regard it's changed a lot, but I guess that's from just personal experience. Yeah.
Do you dabble in the social media realm? Do you find yourself actively posting and being up to date with it, I guess, is the best thing?
Mate, a bit of a love-hate relationship with social media. I'm obviously on Instagram with Dad Crew and posts and stuff, but if people are looking for someone to follow post every day, I'm not that guy. I've been ramping it up in lockdown, probably just because I feel like a bit more time and whatnot, but I probably use those Instagram stories a lot more. When I post something on my wall, I kind of just like go through phases where I don't know. I think if I'm posting something, I want to have a bit of something behind it, like have a little bit more thought, not just post a photo. Like when I kicked off Dad Crew and the group stuff, I got Legend of a Guy, another Mackay legend, to come and do some professional photos, something I wanted to do for a while with the website and all that. And still got those photos, but I don't want to just post a photo and be like, here's a motivational quote. So, what, each their own. But hey, maybe I did that in the past, but I try to, I guess, put some kind of like my own spin on something. If I'm putting a quote up, it'll be like, hey, this is how it relates to me. But I don't post on my wall a lot, purely because I like doing that, but it's like writing a blog post. I like doing it, but I've got to sit down and kind of think about it through,
because it's quite ironic. Like you started in 2005, Instagram launched in 2010, and now it's 2021, where it's like it's just booming. Was there a lot of resistance facing the I guess the lack of a better term, new age kind of training, delivering content modality?
Yeah, I reckon. And for me, mate, I'm probably a bit slow on the uptake of tech stuff.
What's always
no, you guys will laugh, but I would have told this to Johnny when we started working together. But I never had a freaking email address till I started at that gym as a PT.
Yeah, right.
So I was fucking 25, going on 26 years old, probably, when I had my first email address.
How good.
The thing I often wonder about, and Dave, you'd probably agree, you'd probably think about this too, is like, I wonder how many coaches or PTs would be able to hack it when we started.
Yeah.
What there is today, the ability to put out into the world who you are and what you do is, lack of a better word, it's fucking easy.
Yeah.
Back then, this didn't exist. Like, Dave didn't have an email address. I was handwriting notes to clients to thank them for coming to train with me, and to meet someone, you literally had to fucking talk to them.
Yeah. So
I still send out the old handwritten notes, bro.
Mate, how good were they?
But mate, I still do them, bro. I still do them. I'm due another round, but the old happy letter still goes out, bro.
But like, how good is that though? From I think that's lost on the new age trainer. Like, nobody wants to do that sort of stuff. Nobody wants to go talk to people. Like, I started in the industry in 2010. Like, those sort of things are still kind of being taught. Like, but nobody wants to do that anymore.
Yeah.
And it's why, like, Johnny, you've got such an awesome crewing community. And Dave, I can assume that's why all your dads keep coming back, is because it's fucking that old school mentality is what do you call I fucking lost the word, but it's just culture over anything. It's community over everything. It's connection. You can't connect with a person via fucking social media post.
Yeah, totally. And I remember we were door knocking at that studio, like, you know,
glory days, baby.
Mate, you're getting leads, and then we're out freaking walking into businesses like, hey,
how you doing?
What do you want? What are you trying to sell? See you later.
Yeah.
Sorry, bye.
Mate, but I still got clients from those days, bro, from those door knocks, bro.
Well, it worked. It worked. It was just like, you know, manning up and getting out and doing it and taking. I remember getting the first knockbacks, and that was me, mate. Get hit, and I'm like, oh, that's it. I'm doing the next one. That's it. We're gonna get somebody. But I guess this is going a little off track. But back to your last question, also how things have changed for myself. Where we went through like old school AIF, it was half-hour sessions. It was. I think it was so limited, man. And that's probably why I felt like a fish out of water. As I'm going out to this gym, there's some like old school units already. There's some big units. Yeah, I was like, I'm still a runt, but I was even scrawnier back then, mate. So I'm coming in, there's all these big boppers, like, you know, like fit looking athletic dudes, and nobody, bro. Actually, no, one out of the 16 was training clients that old school AIF way, which I was taught.
Yeah.
The rest doing their own thing from experience or whatever. It's totally different. So I was just like, fuck, my head was just spinning, going, this guy's the only guy that's not busy. He's training people the way we were taught to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, once you get out there, dude, you know, as you know, it's such a learning curve once you kick off and you start doing your own training, figuring out what works, what doesn't work. And I guess where I'm at now, it's like, you know, like you were talking about, it's the people skills and it's the relationship probably over everything, you know, to keep them coming back and whatnot. I guess my theory is, you know, like I've got particular ways I'll train, but many ways of the mountaintop, whether it's powerlifting,
100%.
people love kickboxing, boxing, like CrossFit. If it's a blend, if they don't care, it doesn't really matter so much the program. It's more I guess the customer service and the relationship and that kind of thing. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Have you found your own training for yourself change over the years, bro? Having that opportunity to be exposed to, you know, so many different gym scenarios, and obviously, look, we haven't said yet, but your background, you've done some kickboxing, some back in the day.
There's another lifetime. 100%. Yeah. So I guess even when I started at the gym, like I'd been doing a bit of weights, but it was still like something that I wasn't totally confident with myself. When I started PTing, like I like coordinated enough, like I just didn't feel I was strong, so which I probably wasn't comparatively, but it definitely has changed, mate. Like I've gone through, you know, doing some powerlifting stuff with you, and then when I started working at Cartel, obviously dabbling a bit into the CrossFit stuff, which I'm not like a CrossFit diehard, but I enjoy the training. And I'm still largely, it's probably the basis of my training. But I just like to try different things. So I've probably dialed that back a little bit, but that's probably also because I've been playing golf. So I'm obsessed with golf.
Hey, mate, I think I saw on your Instagram, mate, you got some 6-week get better at golf strength training program going on.
Yeah. So, there's this guy, I don't even know how I stumbled upon him, but he's got a huge following in the States, and he trains some college athletes and, you know, gridiron players and whatnot. And I just started following him probably ages ago. And then I saw he must have been dabbling in a bit of golf himself. And he's done he's a strength and conditioning coach, and he did up a 6-week golf power and mobility program. But I wasn't so much chasing it for the power and performance, just exploring some new movements and the mobility, because I largely have neglected any rotational stuff. I just haven't been really doing it. You know, CrossFit here and there, and like feel strong and pretty fit, and you know, I can hit the bloody ball. I'm not super consistent, but it was more just the rotational stuff, dude. I'm bloody not 21 anymore. I'm 41. you know, yeah. So I was getting a little bit wound up in the back and that. So it was more for that. And it's been really fun. I'm only a couple of weeks into it, but just exploring some new movements I've never done. And I find that, you know, it's always a learning curve, rejuvenating. There's stuff in there that I'm already doing some stuff with clients. Just that, you know, the new movements I've never done. So but I still definitely do at least 3 or so CrossFit sessions. Sometimes it's that you know, a little bit of strength stuff, and then the Metcon. I like the high intensity stuff. So I think I found a pretty good balance with it. You know, still like to get out and go for a run, like up Mount Cooper the other day.
Run. Is someone chasing you, bro? You all good?
Running. Yeah. No, I'm all good, dude. No
Someone's
running.
coming after you, bro. We'll sort them out.
I sure remember doing some sprints with you.
Yeah, back in mate, that was about 30 kilos ago, I think.
I like it how we don't talk in years anymore. It's just body weight. That was 30 kilos ago. Oh, that was 20 kilos. Yeah, fuck. That's too good. Mate, tell us a bit about Dad Crew. Obviously, you're wearing the shirt there and what you...
I don't know if you remember...
Johnny, you just cut out there a bit.
You got a glitch?
We do have a glitch. There's a glitch in the Matrix. But while he sorts that out, bro, tell us a bit about Dad Crew. Yeah.
So I rebranded at the end of last year.
Yep.
So it's something I actually wanted to do for a while that I've been toying with the idea of just having a niche, I guess, target market. Not that I won't or don't train any other age groups or sexes, like I train females and whatever, but I just wanted a niche target market. I guess if I'm, you know, it's just where I'm at in life. Like I've got 2 daughters, you know, 6 and 4-year-old, you know, obviously matured myself. I'm over 40, training changes and you adapt. And I think, you know, you're training a lot, probably smarter these days. And yeah, I just wanted to, I guess for me, it was a lot easier. Like if I'm doing any marketing or if I've got something to say or some advice to give, it's just from experience, you know what I mean? I can't really say, hey, you know, I just gave birth 6 weeks ago, you know what I mean? So it's just talking, being able to talk confidently and just freely about experience. This is where I'm at. So for me, if I'm writing a blog post or Instagram or whatnot, it's just easier than it's cool. But yeah, I started that the end of last year. So kicked off. Couldn't tell you. I can't even remember why I called it Dad Crew. But I wanted to kick off with some group training. Most of the guys in the group, so it was in Newstead, a couple of mornings a week, and 90% of those guys I'd trained previously, anywhere from like a while ago, like 8 years ago to fairly recently. And that was a big one. So I kicked off Dad Crew, man, just as a group. I don't know. I just liked it. It was a bit catchy.
Yep. And just getting a crew of guys together, all with shared experiences. All pretty much trying to go that, you know, same challenges, trying to go same direction. Yeah,
exactly. And they're all like most of the boys I train in that group, they're different lifestyles. They're corporate, most of them, you know what I mean? They're in the grind of working. So even very, like, it's vastly different to me as well. They don't have the same time freedom. You know, in a group, it's a bit more enjoyable. There's some good banter. None of them take themselves too serious, man. So I love it. It's one of my favorite things each week. Just training the group of lads just to have that. We just get out and get them moving, man. So it's fun. So I just want to build off that. I was saying to Brandon, Johnny, before I started one at Jindalee, just a Saturday morning group.
Back at Genders.
Well, mate, it's like, down the road. So
that's cool.
Living out there. Yeah. So we got one in and then we got locked down. So but that's all good. Doing a Zoom session with the boys tomorrow. So
that's sick, man.
That's it, man. Yeah, that's sort of how it came about. Just to have a niche target market.
Yeah.
Bro, let's Johnny's mentioned it briefly and I'm very interested. Kickboxing. Let's go. Tell us about that.
Yeah, dude. Mate, it was probably one of the biggest parts of my life growing up. So give you a bit of background, I was born in Warwick, out west here, and my parents moved to Mackay in or the end of 88, or 87. So I started year 3 up in Mackay, North Queensland. And I've got an older brother, mate. He's 2 years older, and typical boys were always fighting and punching on, and loving like Karate Kid, all that sort of shit. I think it was probably just wanting to do some kind of martial arts. Karate was probably the word back then. And then when we moved to Mackay, not long after, my dad did some research and stuff now, and there was actually a Mackay Martial Arts and Fitness Centre, which wasn't far from where we lived, like walking distance near the primary school we went to.
Sick.
And so it was probably around the start of year 4 that we joined up there. So we'd go like, I think if I remember correctly, it was probably just a couple of times a week, just like a group fitness, probably an hour class. And our coach, there's a guy, Stephen Fox, who had started it. And we were doing a bit of Wing Chun, Kung Fu, blended with kickboxing. Foxy had a background in Wing Chun. He had another trainer there that had the same. And Stefan was getting more and more into kickboxing and then Thai boxing. So he is now vice president, I think, of the World Muay Thai Council.
He's the man.
Time. He's big time.
And he was teaching you at grade 4.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, like bit of luck and fate there. So we had a phenomenal coach. It was just a small town, small gym. And yeah, dude, so all through primary school and high school, and that just developed into jumping into the men's classes before high school. So me and my brother showed a bit of promise with it, I guess you could say, and a bit of talent. So we were training
just
with
a bit of talent.
Yeah. I think I had the advantage because being the younger brother, like, I'd be copping it all the time. So it built that bit of bulldog, bit of mongrel in me, like the teeth, and when you get hit, come back harder. So it definitely helped having an older brother. But yeah, anyway, we started training with the men's class by late primary school for me.
Wow.
And all amongst other stuff, I played field hockey all through primary school and high school, and ended up playing a bit of basketball and whatnot. But that was probably the one thing showed the most potential with. And by I think it was year 8 or so, had a few semi-contact tournaments. So Foxy started putting on some fight shows in Mackay. Leading up to that, they'd have the main fights in the ring, the full contact stuff at night, and during the day he'd host semi-contact tournaments. So we'd wear shin pads, and I think for a couple of them, headgear and mitts, not full gloves, because you weren't supposed to be, I guess, nailing people in the head. But you
maybe a couple snuck in.
Weren't supposed to be. Whoops. But definitely semi-contact. Dude. And I had like 3 of them. One those, and then it was year 9. Jumped in the ring, first full contact fight. And I think Keogh the dude in like 25 seconds or so. It was like,
holy fuck,
all over. But it wasn't like knocked out. It was leg kicks. So I just chopping his 1-2 kick leg. I think leg kicks won me the majority of my fights. And then it just led on. I think I won a Queensland title in say year 10.
Fuck.
And then had a bit of time off fighting. I think you could say I discovered girlfriend and partying a little bit. You're 11.
Priorities have a little shift.
Got a little derailed. Still trained to try and stay sharp, but I didn't commit to fighting. And then it was it wasn't until after high school again that I thought, no, that's it. I want to get back into it, keep fighting again. And then that kicked on, man. I was lucky enough I think I had 14 fights, 14 wins, won a Queensland Australian title, defended the title once, and I was like, I'm out. Nightclubs.
And then
it wasn't that. It was just a grind. I think doing it from such a young age, the training for me was just such a grind, man. And at the time, like when I won that Aussie title fight, like I was 21 and I was doing an apprenticeship. I did an apprenticeship as a fitter and turner. And we'd train so much, man. And knowing what I know now, we were probably overtraining, or at least I wasn't backing up the lifestyle recovery stuff to keep that level of training up. Like leading up to the fight, we'd train every afternoon for a couple of hours. We'd do a few mornings a week. We'd sometimes run or spar on a Saturday. And meanwhile, I'm trying to have at the time, a serious girlfriend, and then work, doing my apprenticeship. I was zonked, mate. And then leading up to fights, I'd always get a cold. You just wrecked. You're wrecked. And I just found the grind too much, man. If I could have kept fighting with maybe half the training, I probably would have kept going. But just found the grind too much, man. So quit while I was ahead. No regrets. But, yeah.
Would have been a cool experience to be training alongside with your brother for so long as well, bro.
Oh, totally, yeah. And not only that, man, we just had such a good group of dudes in that gym. Like there's a guy, Johnny Borchard. Johnny's still in Mackay, and he's in the last few years kind of rekindled that kickboxing kind of center. He's got his own gym. It's not the same, but
cool.
So he works. I think Johnny's still working underground mining, but when he's back, and he's got other people look after the gym while he's away. But so Johnny started. He was a year younger than me. We went to the same primary school, same high school, and he started about a year after I started. So just probably our most talented, I reckon, naturally talented fighter. He also did a couple of tours. My coach started doing tours to Thailand. So a few of the guys that were in a position to do that jumped over and spent some time there training. You know, like with the Thais, man, all they do is train in the morning, rest, chill out, and toast a mooey, and then train at night. You know, but they got that really, I guess, traditional Thai style of fighting. Whereas myself, I was shit in the grapple. I just stick to my strengths. I had more of a Western, like hit and kick and move kind of thing. You know. But we had a really, like, for such a small town, mate, and small gym, we had multiple Australian and even world title holders. Like, we had such a great stable of like fighters, man. So yeah, I was lucky, dude. Yeah. But a big part of my life. I think any sport, man, just teaches you a lot about yourself and a lot about life in general. You know what I mean? So
100%.
Just the discipline and getting knocked down, getting back up, and you know, I don't know, dude. I just love sport, any kind of sport growing up. So yeah.
That's unreal, mate. Do you still get the old pads on here and ever again, mate? Have you dusted them out any time lately, bro, or a skip rope or anything?
Mate, I don't know if my health insurance can handle any of that shit, dude. I just don't know if it's, might have to revise that. You know, even like even jiu-jitsu, mate. I rolled with you, I think, once, and I was like, I've done jiu-jitsu training now. I don't need to ever do that again. I think in my adductors, because you had some comp coming up, and you're like, dude, I just got to practice my freaking something or other, and just put your legs around here like this. You got to try and hold me in. And Johnny's like in here, dude. It was like the worst pain. It's like I'd ridden a horse for a week, mate. My legs are already a bit bandy and bowed, mate. I was in all sorts. No jiu-jitsu for me. I think having two beautiful young daughters, mate, I've got to get back on the pads a bit. You know?
Yeah.
I've got at least 10 years or so. Make a bit of a comeback. Just to not to compete, just to stay sharp, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, just in case it's needed, you know.
100%. When there's a first sense of a boyfriend, I'll get a bag. I'll order a bag and put it in the shed, dude. Get the title belt, put that up.
I was gonna say
a couple of old photos floating around.
Just answer the door wearing the belt.
100%. Although the old photos, mate, I was about 66 kilos when I was fighting, so I don't know how intimidating that's gonna look. But
fucking hell, that's awesome, dude.
Mate,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
important for you is setting a good example for your junior burgers by showcasing fitness and strength and making that a part of your life, bro, for them to see.
Yeah, it's huge, man. I love it. Like, I think once again, I'm lucky doing what I do. And schedule wise, so Sienna's at school now, so she started prep last year, year one this year, and I've been really fortunate to have a lot of time with them. You know what I mean? So quantity of time. So when my wife, she had about 6 months maternity leave, went back to work, and it was the same with each of the girls. But on the Friday was daddy daycare, man. So each Friday was mine. I still remember that first one. I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. And, just not that I hadn't been alone with Sienna, but the whole day. And mate, I just absolutely love it. I just love it. And before she started prep, her daycare schedule had changed. So she was spending most of Thursday with me as well. So Thursday, Friday. Just being able to spend good quality time, man. And, I've got a fair bit of gear at home, so I do quite a bit of training at home these days. And that was more for, I guess, just ease of schedule. If I couldn't, get busier and I couldn't necessarily do the CrossFit class or something, with the crew. So everybody'd be kind of finishing the class and leaving. And then I'd be like trying to ramp up the train. It was just so hard motivational wise. So I'd come home, get some work done, and then train once I'd pick Sienna up. So they see me train, man. And even with Sienna, mate, I'd set up like a little fun circuit for her to do, and just a bit of fun. So yeah, it's huge, man. I think that's what it's all about, right? Setting a good example for them, and your priorities change, and not just everything's about them, right? So it's good that they see me train and stay fit and healthy, and I don't push anything with them. Like even with Sienna, she's like, I don't want to do that. I'm like, oh, that's cool, But we get out and do walks and scooter or ride the bike and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, definitely, man. But you see it like, I guess even just some of the basic movement stuff. Like she started doing a bit of gymnastics this year, and not like you're comparing each kid so different, but some of the basic movement stuff was just a breeze for her, because she'd been got an idea of what she's not like. I do any gymnastics, but it's not like it's all pretty basic, but she's very like the coordination and so it's good, man. She just had her first sports day, which was hilarious, man. Like they just have no idea. You see some, well, no, don't. You get some kids that you can go, holy shit, man, they're fast, but most of them are just like smiling and they're looking sideways and flat out running in a straight line because they're just. But no, they're very active, man. I can't imagine not having active kids. So
That's
but they're growing up in a different time, man, with technology and that. So all sorts of different challenges, as you'll be finding out, Johnny.
Looking forward to that, mate. That modern world of technology and junior burgers, mate. That looks like a scary space to navigate.
Oh, bro, it's insane. I'll tell you a funny story. I was home with the two girls last week, and I said, we try and limit, tech as much as we can, but hey, you need some time.
Everything's tech, yeah.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And I'm like, okay, grab the iPad. Go if I want to sleep or rest. I'm like, go get the iPad, go watch a movie or some cartoons in the room. So Sienna gets the iPad, my oldest, with the little one in tow, and they go into Sienna's room. Anyway, I wasn't even having a rest. I was just out in the lounge room, probably watching freaking Olympics. The next minute, Sienna comes kind of running out, and she was really upset. And I was like, what's wrong? And she goes, I thought she said I was just talking to the fucking gingerbread man. And I was like, what? Like, like goose, like as in like the like she'd somehow gotten some online, and there was some online kind of creep or something, right? And she was crying. She was crying, and she had the thing, and I could see Netflix open, and it had, like common shows like Arrow and this and that. Yeah. I'm like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And she goes, something about gingerbread man. And I'm like, oh my God, like, did you see something scary? Like, oh my God, bro, it was terrifying. Turns out what she'd done it's just in the profile section. She was trying to search for gingerbread man, so she created a profile that was a gingerbread man, and I'm just like, oh my god, bro, twang, grey hair, like just. I was literally thinking some creepy dude by the name of Gingerbread Man had been talking to my daughters, and I was like, I'm not ready for this. Like, what do I do?
Fuck.
Ready to roll.
Yeah, my wife was like pissing herself laughing, like, you idiot. And I was like, but her level of like, she was just so upset. And I'm like, what are you? She just accidentally created another profile. So then she was upset thinking she'd wrecked it or broken it. And
yeah. Fuck. So have you kept the Gingerbread Man profile on the Netflix account, or have you deleted it?
I can't fucking get rid of it, dude. I can't get rid of it. Because I did another one just to see, just a random profile, and then I had to edit, delete, and I could just delete it, but I couldn't get rid of the Gingerbread Man yet, dude. So anyway, it's a bit of a laugh at daddy, but that's it, man. That's fatherhood, bro. Especially those little girls, man. These precious, beautiful little girls that just like you've probably already experienced it in the short amount of time, but you stress and worry about things that you didn't even like know you could stress or worry about. Like when they're asleep, like you know, you'll have moments where you're like out of that bed quicker than you could even imagine you could move that fast. Like just, you know what I mean? You're walking and you're like, is a magpie gonna swoop? Or, you know, like, no, dude, like next level.
Someone, because obviously, like, I see a lot of people, and then the most common question I got asked for the first week being back is, "What's it like, Johnny?" And then at the end of that week, I think I definitively found the answer to that question, and it is the most happiest I've ever been. However, it is the most stressed I've ever been. So whatever
100%.
word makes those two words come together is what that is.
Yeah. It's just a constant like roller coaster of like, exactly what you said. Yeah.
In fact, mate, my one can't even talk to me yet. All it does is squeak and squirt.
Yeah, and every stage is just preparing you for you know what I mean? Like, it's like, if you're in a condition your shins, maybe you start with some pads and whatever, and then you end up kicking palm trees, which you probably don't. But that's parenthood, bro. Each level, you think that's hard, and then you'll get to another stage, and you're like, that was actually like really easy.
This next one's the fucking hard one.
Yeah. And then, you know, you can only imagine, like, I try not to think about it, but, you know, when there's boyfriends and that sort of shit, or school bullying, or, you know what I mean? Like, there's all these things that you can't even imagine. But, dude, another funny story of stressful, my little one, this was probably 4 or 5 months ago, but middle of the night, dude, like, they're pretty good sleepers these days. They might wake up to go to the toilet or want to cuddle, or, you know, but they, for the most part, they sleep pretty well. Middle of the night, bro, dead silent. And we heard a screaming like I've never heard my little one scream before. And honestly, mate, like tearing out of bed, like the covers are just gone. You're tripping over yourself. Like, what? Something's got her. Something's got my little baby girl. And she was like, "Spider!" You know, we went into the room, and Milan actually got there before me. And Spider, bro. They're laughing. Spider. So she was going, "There's a spider." She was hysterical, man. Like, I've never seen like this. Like, I'm like, okay, calm down. And we got her, and she was like beside herself. And anyway, Milan took her out, and I turned the light on, and I'm like, looking for a huntsman. Surely there's just been a huntsman call or
big
something.
Fucking one.
Dude, curtains behind the curtains, under the bed. I did the full like thorough commando dad check, and nothing, like absolutely nothing. So I think she's obviously had a nightmare. But holy shit, like it was like unbelievable, dude. Like nothing can prepare you for that. Like and she didn't go back to sleep, dude. Like Milan was awake like the whole like she wouldn't want the lights off me on, had to put the bedside light on. And for hours, she was like this, like...
Just fucking looking for it.
Just wigging out, like looking for the side of me, like, no, I think you just had a dream going. Holy shit, dude. So that was like a week of like not even wanting to go in her room during the day.
Fuck, bro, man. Is this for Dad's crew? Even to bring it back to that a little bit, these sort of shared experiences, these must be conversation that the crew shares with each other as well, right?
Yeah. It's definitely just a safe space for dads, mate, to share our stories. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's like we don't even have, like, sometimes there's like, obviously if when that happened, I would have been telling the lads, you know, when we get there, and someone else will have the story. Yeah, it's definitely good for that, man. But yeah, just as I don't know, dude. It's just getting the lads together, have a bit of a laugh, you know. We get there, how you going? It's 5:45, right? So for me, that's like you're sleeping. For most of the boys, it's like, why am I doing this? So, you know, as soon as they're all there, I try and get them moving pretty much straight away. And it's kind of a bit of a stretch at the end. Some have got a bowl. Sometimes got a bit of time after. We might duck over for a quick coffee at Micah, but I've usually also got sessions straight after. So, but yeah, no, it's fun, man. It's definitely fun. I enjoy doing it. Yeah.
Where do you see Dad's crew headed, bro? What would you like to do with it?
Oh, good question, man. I think probably just more focused on some group stuff. So, you know, out here, obviously, the tricky thing, I was thinking of starting some afternoon stuff out this way for some local dads. But the afternoons I've found a bit tricky with my own schedule, and you know, some people work till 5, and then, you know, we can train till 5:15, or it's like, what do you do? Pitch black in winter, so it's a bit tricky. So I thought I'll just start Saturday group, and you know, you never know what it leads into. I think sometimes I get, I guess, paralyzed by wanting things to be perfect, or have this perfect plan, you know, same old story, you procrastinate, and then it's like, stuff it, I'm just going to start it. I didn't even have as many people as I want. I hadn't pumped it enough, you know, to get the amount of people I want to start. I thought, who cares? I'll just start it and grow it as it goes, you know. So more people will hear about it, can promote it more. So yeah, definitely grow the Jindalee one, the Newstead one. Got room to grow that a bit. Schedule wise is hard, just because I'm at other times in the mornings. I'm still at the moment doing PT stuff. So you know, some lunch groups would be the go, but I think I'll be trying to knock on some doors with some businesses, you know, some corporate stuff.
We're going old school, baby. Hey, got to do some door knocking.
Yeah. Well, I had a group I trained out this way for years, man. A corporate group. So I've got to reach back out to them and see if they're doing anything or want to do something. I think with you know, even before COVID, a lot more businesses are more wary of their staff health and wellness, and especially now with everything going on. So apart from lockdowns being a major hindrance, we've been pretty lucky. So if I could get something going at lunchtimes with some local businesses, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, and even some remote coaching. Like for me, I need to sort of level up, and I haven't been doing as much of my own, I guess, learning and that. So something's a goal of mine, do some more coaching. I kind of like the thought of doing some, I don't really like the term or that life coaching, but I think this ties back to what I was saying before. I guess the training is just one element of it, you know what I mean? So I don't want to necessarily have to be there going, you gotta say hello. You gotta say hello. There's my little
Bye.
Bye. Dude, that's in me. See, that's what happens. Okay, ready? You go this way. Gotta say a quick hello. Hi, guys.
Hello.
That's not talking. That's not talking. That's just waving. Okay, go. Bye, Dad. Love you. Mummy, help. Bye. Mummy's like, she's been doing all the What are you doing? You're on a podcast, just licking your bloody fingers, embarrassing the Keogh name. Yeah, dude. Little mini-me's just hungry all the time. But come on, you got to run along now. Bye. Love you. Get out of here. Worse, no, done.
No, she got
what?
Deep, bro.
Mummy's calling you. Mummy wants you.
Brother, mate. Wait, I've got. I'm going to hit you with 10 questions.
Yeah. Cool.
Are you ready?
Rapid
fire. Big questions, bro. We're going to put you on the spot. Rapid fire. First thing that comes in that head. What fear would you like to overcome, sir?
What fear?
Yes.
It's a great question. My instant thought goes to spiders.
The spiders are bad, bro.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of them. It's probably why my wife made it into the little one's room that night before me.
Daddy's coming.
Spider,
real
I'm
slow.
coming. Hold on. Anyway.
Oh, bro, mate, this is another good one for you, mate. Your best friend has just been kidnapped. You are responsible for delivering the ransom money to save and get that best friend back. It's about an hour car ride journey to ransom spot. What music are you going to listen to on that drive?
Bro, I don't like, it doesn't really matter the situation. I don't stray too far from R&B and soul, man. So if I'm going to go out, like if it gets messy and some shit's going to go down, I'm probably going to go out being listening to some Marvin Gaye or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, just keeping it chill before it's time to bang.
Yeah, maybe a bit of reggae.
Yeah. What do you think you're going to be when you left high school, bro?
Well, I did become what I thought I was going to be, and that was a tradie, fitter and turner.
Yep.
Although I did think I might also become a famous kickboxer, but I was only really famous in Mackay, so that didn't happen.
That still counts, bro. What is the next skill you would like to learn?
Next skill? Man, I've honestly been thinking about, contemplating and procrastinating somewhat about learning to surf.
Yeah, dude.
I tried it once without getting too far into the story, but we were in Sri Lanka and I finally tried it and I really enjoyed it. But, you know, it's obviously, haven't done it yet. Haven't took it up over here. But I've got a couple of mates to surf and,
If you get a Dad's Crew Mini Melt Club going, mate, let me know. I want in. Mate, what makes you grumpy?
Shit, bro. What? How long do you have? There's a couple of things that just come to mind. It's one happened this morning, but when you boil an egg and then the thing is bloody, you know, you can't separate the eggshell. That makes me pretty grumpy. On a bigger thing, probably socially, moral superiority makes me pretty frustrated when people, you know, obviously think their way is the highway, and I don't like that moral superiority.
Nah, hell no, bro. What's your most proud moment?
Dude, I got to say, becoming a dad, man. I just always wanted to be a dad. So very special, meaningful time in my life, dude. Yeah, just becoming a dad and just, I don't know. That probably sums it up.
I like it, bro. Now, if you had a boat, what would you call it?
Jordan.
Yes. I do like that. Who is the messiest person you know?
Ooh. Messiest. Dude. Probably one of my best mates, Ben. I don't think that dude can eat. But I was thinking you too. Like, you could be. I don't know if you can actually have a coffee or a drink or eat something without having a bit down the old t-shirt.
Just collecting it for later, dude. It's all good.
Mate,
Yeah. What is the worst smell you have ever smelled?
Dude, some of those nappies, bro. I reckon.
Oh
And
yeah,
especially when they start getting on the solids, it's like,
that's what I'm hearing.
that's probably it. Oh, you know what? I'm curious. I've seen these like funny skits where I don't know where it is. It's like a European country, like Iceland or something like that, and they have this particular bottled or canned fish. Have you ever seen them? And I've seen these guys getting around the circle, daring each other to eat, but they can't even they're already dry reaching before they even get it to their mouth. Like I've barely seen anyone actually put the damn thing in their mouth. Some type of fish,
some nasty fish.
Yeah, curious for that, but never done it.
You reckon you could eat it?
No way, bro. No way.
Mate, fucking nailed it, bro. That's 10 of the best.
Mate, thank you so much for your time this morning. People to reach out to you. What's your Instagram?
It's just Dad Crew.
Yeah.
So easy to find. Just Dad Crew, man. That's it.
Absolutely. We'll put it up on the show notes, man. Thank you so much for coming on board and giving up your time in lockdown.
Oh, dude, my pleasure. So good to chat. I love it. I love
it, DK.
What you're doing, man. By the way, I just jumped on this week to have a good listen, and boys, good job.
Thanks,
brother. Entertaining, good laugh. I like it. I'll definitely be tuning into some more.
Thank you very much,
Thanks,
brother.
Bro. Mate, talk soon. When the world lets us out, we'll catch up, eh?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Sick.
Take care, guys. Good to
Love to meet you.
Thanks, bro. See you, mate.